Good afternoon,
Good
dear
afternoon, dear
friends.
friends.
I welcome
I
one and
welcome
all
one and all
for
for
Saturday's webinar
Saturday's webinar
session
session
by Hello
by Hello
Kids.
Kids.
Today, we are going
Today
to
we are
learn
going to learn
about the role
about the
of
role of
constructive play
constructive
in
play in
learning.
learning.
To speak
To
more
speak
about
more
this,
about
we
this,
have our
we
guest
have
for
our
the day
guest for the
is
day is
Ms.
Miss
Pragati.
Pragati.
Welcome, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am.
Before going
Before
ahead,
going
I would
ahead,
like
I
to
would like
introduce
to
our
introduce
guest,
our guest,
Pragati
Pragati
Sharma.
Sharma.
Pragati Sharma
Pragati
is the
Sharma
founder
is
of
founder of
Edmonger
Edmonger
Consulting India,
Consulting India,
instructional
instructional
coach,
coach,
certified in
certified in
child
child
psychology,
psychology,
parenting coach,
parenting
and
coach, and
well-respected
well-respected
educationist,
educationist,
former school in
former
charge.
school in charge.
She's been
She's been
awarded with
awarded with
Innovation in
Innovation in
Education,
Education,
Women of
Woman
Vigor.
of Vigor.
Welcome to Hello
Welcome to
Kids,
Hello
ma'am.
Kids,
Over
ma'am.
to you.
Over to you. Thank you so much, Mamta. And good afternoon to one and all. And thank you to Hello Kids for inviting me on this platform and, taking up a topic. And we all are very much aware these days that we all have, got this power of talking and at least discussing, listening to others, speaking on importance of different aspects of parenting, learning, teaching, and other things. So today's topic is again very interesting topic, that is importance of constructive play in learning in childhood. So before I actually go ahead with the topic, I would like to start with, we very well know that we all are 21st century parents, teachers, and we are aware of so many facts and things. Uh, but still there are so many folds to this concept that today I would like to unfold few things about constructive play. So when I say constructive play, it's important to know what is a play. And in this session, I'll take you to a ride on nostalgia that you all will be able to, see so many, remember your own days when you used to play what gilli danda, kabaddi or things like that you have played, and how your children, how the dynamics have changed, how the things have changed, and what are the folds into it. So, before I start, as I was discussing, what is play? I mean, if I want to really get to know about the formal definition of play, so I'll start with what is play. I'll just demonstrate one small thing. So, which we used to do when I was teaching in a pre-primary section. So, there's a rhyme: two little dicky birds sitting on a wall, and one named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. And then we will just fly. So, if I really want to know that, is it a game or is it something we are playing, or is just a rhyming session? So, I would say it's not just the rhyming session, it is giving joy to the children. The child is learning something. So, anything specifically, if I want to say that if somebody is learning something plus having joy, is play. Now when I say that, when I do running and things, I really don't know what I learned, because this learning happens in your subconscious mind. So play is something, uh, when the child or anybody is having that joy of enjoying that particular activity. And moving next is, there are, like, we can call a free play and a structured play. When I play bingo in my class, it's a structured play, but it has no exactly learning outcome related to the subject, or I may define as learning outcome to the subject. Or when I'm playing just pakran pakadai, chupan chupai, and so many other pittu, gilli danda, so it's a free play. Because why I will call it as a free play is, I have not defined the learning outcome to the child or to myself when I'm playing these games. So anything, when I'm playing and I'm not able, I'm not defining the learning outcome or the goal of the play, then it's a free play. And if I'm defining anything to the play, or I am playing something with a purpose, it's a structured play. So these are the introduction of play and the free play and was and structured play and free play and what is play. So now moving on to the second part of it, we are doing this constructive play today. So what is constructive play? So immediately the word constructive hits my mind and I come out with the answer. That's something related to construction, right? Something where something is building. And I also can call it like, okay, if I'm building some thoughts in my mind, is it a constructive play? No, it's not a constructive play. But constructive play, make sure that you have something in your mind, and that is why you're able to construct something. So when you build something, when you construct something out of given material, that is that is constructive play. And it has got many examples. So immediately when I say constructive play, in early years the first thing comes to your mind is building blocks, uh, Lego, and then the thing comes is like dough, clay making, clay molding. All these things come to your mind is constructive play. Yes, these are all constructive play, but yes, not limited to constructive play. These are not the only games which are only related to constructive play. There are more than that. And anything where a child is able to build something or create something or construct something will contribute to constructive play. Now, you all must have in your mind like, but when I give my child, say I have a 2-year-old child, and when I give my child anything, and the child is not able to really construct something, I mean, or maybe I will say something very creative. According to me, creative is something I don't know. It's out of the universe for some parents. But if my child is not able to create something, and sometimes parents say that I give building blocks, but my child is able to stack few building blocks, but not able to do something very creative. So when I actually push or put this question across me that my child is not able to construct something out of the box, out of the constructed, out of this building block or anything, first thing I have to understand, what is the structure or what is the way play comes to a child, or how does any child play or attempts to play. So this may be a new science to many of you, that there are stages of play. When I give some kind of, say, building block or any material or equipment to the child to play, there are stages. Now first stage is, I'll just use my phone. So suppose I have given this phone to my child, and the child is seeing, I'll start with like 7-8 months old child. So 7-8 month old child will pick up the phone. He or she has seen the phone in your hand, and this much they understand that the light is coming out. So they always will. The first attempt will be, okay, something they will just tick 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 tick, touch touch touch, and then maybe one day they'll just enter or press a button. So then immediately when they press a button, they will realize, okay, light is popping up. Okay, so now they have understood the first function of the phone, that after pressing a button, light is on the screen. Now after the screen has happened, now because we all have locks and things, so they might observe and find out there is a way to open this and see other things in the phone. Then the third stage is, they have seen other things, they know how to open, and then this is the stage where they are exploring. And then the next stage is, they may be able to create a section where they will put the apps and they're able to do the activities and constructing something on the phone. So if I want to define by these activities, if I want to divide the stages of the learning or attempting to play, is fun. First is functional. The child always sees the functional part. You provide them, say I have a bottle, so now they see it, that what is the function. Like a 8-9 month child will lick it, touch it, sense it, touch the senses and things like that, and then finally they'll be able to know that what exactly is this, what is the functionality of this. Then one day they will understand that, okay, this is something happens to this particular object. So this, they have understood the functionality. Now they will observe it, that what else can be done with the same object. So functionality, then observation, and then the third is execution, and fourth is constructive play. They will construct something in the fourth stage of any play. Now they have seen that they can open, close. Now they have observed that everybody drinks water from this. Then one day if the child grows. I mean, it doesn't happen in one day, it happens over a period of time. They see that it can be rolled also, and I can use it to roll my dough. Some children will come up with the idea that the clay dough which is given to me, I can roll with my bottle, or maybe I can use it. So this is a constructive step, this is a constructive play, where the child is using a water bottle to roll the dough, to roll the clay, to roll other material, or maybe play with this. Just rolling is a play with this. So these are the stages of constructive play. So now the next point is, everybody must be thinking that, I mean, I do not have to define that why playing is important or what is the importance of play in anybody's life, but still the question must be popping up into your head, why precisely constructive play. So if I want to see, I mean, I really want some of the audience to answer that why, according to you, constructive play is important. So I'll just take 30 seconds to see the comment section. Okay. So I guess few of have joined. All right, not an issue. So I guess I will answer the basic question of basic answer to this, that why constructive play is important. The very common thing which comes out to everybody's mind is very simple, that it helps you in social adaptability. It helps you in gaining patience. It helps you in learning new things. It helps you in imagination. It helps you in acquiring a social structure, learning how to be with someone, or play individually. It helps you to struggle, how to struggle and get something. So when I really want, but all these things are very generic. I mean, if I really, now we are going to talk about two things here. One is for the teachers and one is for the parents. So the general idea of constructive play for the teachers, how it is going to help in the classroom is through the numeracy and literacy plus the shapes and the spatials. So this is how they can use or integrate constructive play into their curriculum. The second part is for the parents. So if I want to say that why constructive play is important for the parents, if they want to know, the very very important part of constructive play is it gives the self esteem to the child, which is very very important. So if I want to say that whether playing is important in early childhood or just or to the senior kids also, so I will say for the senior kids, yes, playing is important. But when I say about early childhood, playing is mandatory, because there is a thing called pruning. Pruning is a till the time of age of 2 years, the child is adapting and forgets what kind. There are so many things in the child's mind that these things fade away, and the child access the gateway to the world. So the pruning happens and the child starts accepting the world, start discovering the world. If we just shut this everything, then what will happen? Then we will not be able to give that opportunity of gaining self-esteem. So in the childhood, self-esteem, अगर आपके बच्चे को अभी मिल गया, then there is no way the child will ever fail or anything, lags behind anything. The child will grow, everything is good for him or her. But self-esteem development can, this constructive play can lead to a good self-esteem development. The second very important thing for constructive play is spatial intelligence. I mean, I'm sure if the teachers are listening, they must be aware of multiple intelligence. I'm not really sure that every parent is aware of multiple intelligence, but they can definitely Google about it. So when I talk about multiple intelligence, there's an intelligence called spatial intelligence. So spatial intelligence is not very easily found in everybody. It's not that difficult also, but yes, it's not easily found. So the people who become pilots, sculptors, architects, they are spatially intelligent. So spatially intelligence means that after constructing something, I know that after looking at something, I know that I can construct something, or I can at least figure the entire thing 3D in my brain. So these kind of building and constructive play will always help your child to gain that spatial intelligence. So these are the 2 points which I want to say that specifically about constructive play. Now, coming to the third part of it, because my very heart is asking me, the teacher heart is how I can integrate constructive play into my curriculum. So there are many ways. It depends on the teacher's creativity that how they can integrate constructive play into their curriculum. Mainly, if I want to talk about is, you know, uh, suppose you have given a building block to the child and then ask the child to do this kind of activity. The parents and the teachers also, they can just ask them how they are going to help them to develop language is ask them that when they are playing, do not disturb them. But the idea of giving them particular kind of equipment or toys should have an aim that after building something I'm going to use it to develop their language skills. And how? Because I'm going to ask them to give me a story. So when I say tell me a story behind this, so I think 5 or 6 year old children can easily create a story and tell. Even a 4 year can try to give it. But for a 2 to 3 year old children, creating their story related to the toy is a little tricky. So how can you do is you can give them some questions to which can lead them to give a story, and then finally you as a person can create the whole story and narrate them. Then they can at least get that encounter that okay, something like a story is being built after this play. So this is a language development, and definitely shapes, numbers, and this totally depends on how you want to use the particular kind of constructive play setup or scenario. Um, and the complexity, obviously, I mean, I will not ask a 2 year child to do something very complex. It depends on the child's age, and then I can keep increasing the complexity of the play. The next part of it is how I can integrate it to homework. So we all know that work theory of learning, that is visual, audio, and reading, writing, oral, and then kinesthetic. So constructive play is always beneficial to all the kinesthetic learners. So suppose I'm teaching opposites, so I can just tell them that you're going to make smileys with every kind of opposite. So it's very unusual to listen to something that how can I make a smiley for a hot and cold. So they'll come up with their own ideas that I can make a smiley, or make a, maybe I can just for hot cup of tea, and there I will make a smiley. So it is something they're doing and they're learning also, so it will make it a lot of fun. And maths, we already, I know the teachers keep doing the activity of sticks, pasting the sticks, ice cream sticks, math sticks, and all those sticks. So this is one fun activity which can be used. And then tell them to create their own code words. So now you will say code words. Code words is not a constructive play. No, it's a constructive play, because anything where they're constructed something out of anything, it's a constructive play. So code words. So code words, their own language. So they will learn something like this. So they'll language and numeracy. And the very fun part of part of constructive play is also doodling. So these days doodling is it's I mean, at least nowadays everybody has started accepting doodling in education as well. So doodling is one way. Suppose you are teaching them uh, maths, and tell them that everything has to be written in a way on the page so it looks like a doodle. So I know for a 2 year it is difficult, but it can be done. Once you start showing them, it can be done. And gradually, I mean, there is always steps and ways to get into it. So doodling will come gradually. And they can use a lot of visual arts, visual things you can also use. So these are the things which you can use as constructive play. And I have got few objects here. I wanted to show that if I want to show these pebbles, so these are not just the part of free play. We can use these pebbles and ask them to paint and make a decorative item. So decorative item, and then we can define the learning outcome also out of it. So we can definitely make it as a part of constructive play. And I do have a box of coins. So if I really want to say that, can this be used in constructive, because they are not building blocks, so I will say yes. I can ask a child to make or a carpet out of old coins. So this carpet, or fridge magnets out of old coins. So this is quite a interesting way to tell them. And how I have to integrate it with the curriculum, that is teachers' creativity. I cannot go with that. But yes, and very interesting on us, if you're just sitting or eating in a cafe, or maybe at the home, mama is making something. So I've got a box of canopies which we keep eating at home. So these canopies, tell them to do something with the, make it a burger, canopy burger. They'll come up with, oh, canopy burger. So these ideas are all for constructive play. So here is all about constructive play. Anybody who has got any question, I'm very open to answer all the questions. Mamta, can you just help me with that? Okay. So I guess, so thank you everyone. So I guess there are no Q&A, but I hope the session was fruitful to everyone, and there are a lot of other things which we can do. Anybody any have anything or any questions, they can just reach out to Hello Kids page and message, or maybe directly approach. My name is Prakriti Sharma at Mongrel Consulting page is there. They can directly message also, and we would love to hear from all of you. I hope the session was fruitful and may help you in some of the other manners, and it may have busted some of, not busted, I mean, it may have opened some kind of faults and helped you in some way. So, thank you everyone. Have a happy and great weekend. Thank you.